Yeah. So I just woke up from this dream and I'm speaking on it now because if I think about it for too long, I may not share this, okay? So most of my dreams always have angels in it. Most of them. Don't ask me why. But anyway, this dream that I just had three angels who took me to this doorway and without saying a word, ushered me to look in. And when I looked into this room, there were possibly hundreds of children inside. Toddlers, not even older ones, toddlers. Like some were just starting to walk, some were still creeping on the floor. However, I knew by looking at every child that they represented every country because of how they were clad, their attire. So I could look on a child and the child was as dark as night and the eyes were so beautiful, and looking at the child was as if I was looking at Africa. And there was another child looking at them, I was looking at China. My dreams are just orchestrated, so excited, but I could look at them and I could see a child that represented Israel and a child that represented Palestine and a child that represented Russia because of how they were clad. And I just knew in this dream. And the message that came from this dream was the simplest message I ever received. And here it is. In this world, as we grew up, as we became adults, and as we became what we call responsible, we have shed away our childlike way of approach to life. And because of that, we no longer remember our true personalities, our true purpose of being here. And I remember I thought to myself, wow, all these children represent every single facet of this world. And I remember hearing in my ears, yes, however, you have forgotten. And then there was just knowing that as we have elevated ourselves and grown to be responsible adults, we forgot how to have relationships. See, what I got from this dream was our purpose in being here is to having relationships with every single facet of this world, every religion, every color, every person, every country, is to have relationships. But here's the catch: with no judgment, with no shame, just with love. It's like they were bringing me back to say, we don't have relationships anymore with excitement. And it's like they're showing me the way to cure the world, the way to help the world from where it is now, is to start looking at other people, other countries, whatever part of the world they come from, however they look at them like our childlike selves would, with excitement, like, oh my gosh, they have a different color from me. Oh my gosh, can I touch you? Where do you come from? With excitement, with wanting to know more, without judgment, with just wanting to know more, to have a relationship, to relate to this person, to this situation, to this scenario, even though it may seem foreign to you, to approach life, to approach decisions, to approach this world, which would kind of get rid of the unbalance in this world, which is causing us to have uprisings and wars and injustices. Many countries that we're fighting for right now has never justified the oneness of any people together. There's always been a fight since the existence of times in many countries for people who are fighting for them now. And I think the angels are trying to bring us back to say, no, it is time for all of you, no matter how you identify yourself, because now I'm an adult. I need to be identified with this career, with this life path, with these abundance, these possessions, to stop for a minute and understand, no, the childlike that I am without fear. That's the first thing. And as many times as I will fall, I will stand up without judging myself. as many times as I will stand up. And if I lose balance and fall, all the other people around me will not judge me, because into this room that I was looking in, there were children who were trying to walk and others who were already walking, who were, just because they were there and they could do it, were holding the hands of these other children from that represented other countries, and they were holding their hands and teaching them how to walk. These toddlers in this dream has taught me the biggest lesson I've ever learned, and I'm 44 years old, that our purpose is to relate to each other with love and with kindness and with compassion. The angel said, come and be passionate towards another representation of yourself. And I kept saying, what do you mean another representation? You know why? In that room that I saw these children, they did not see different countries and different cultures and different languages. They just saw a different version of themselves. And that's why it was so easy for them to be, as children, helping each other to stand up, and laughed without judgment when they fell, and without another thought of, which country are they from? Which color are they? I'm not going to help them. They did not have those thought systems at all. They, just because they could, related to each other as another version of themselves. Going into 2025, I don't know what plans you have. Buying a new house, elevating yourself in your career, in your job. See, everything that's happening around the world, it effectively affects everyone. See, the country that's going through turmoil right now, and just the thought that you have to think, they deserve it because I don't like them. My culture has never liked them. Oh, that person deserves the death that he got because he did this. You see, the judgment that we have, we all collectively have a part to play, because we're sending out this energetic transference of judgment and hate and shame, which is so heavy on this planet. I think the message is tapping into the childlike selves that we were. Try to remember a childhood memory that you had that's so happy, and make your decisions from there. Have your conversations from there. Talk to people from there, where you can look at them and look through them, look through the color, and look past the sexuality, and look past the religion, and look past the culture, and just see another version of yourself and talk to them. Just because they're another version of you. I had to say this now because it was so emotional for me. However, I wish the world could visualize and see a room filled with children that represents every country. And I guarantee you, that child at that age, between the age of 6 months to say 2 years old, have absolutely no judgment, absolutely no shame, absolutely not one pinch of hate in their hearts, and all they see around them is excitement and thrill and love and happiness, and all they seek is the same thing. And they are living in the most blissful world they could ever be, because at that age they remember their purpose is to relate, to have relationships, to love, and to receive love. Isn't that cohesively wonderful? Okay, I've taken enough of your time. Just go into this world understanding that this beautiful world that we live in is not short on abundance. It's not short on anything. The only thing it's short on is love. That's it. There are hungry people out there. There's not scarcity for there to be hungry people. There's scarcity of people who care about what's happening around them. That's all. So if we can tap into the childlike selves that we are, I guarantee you, one person at a time, one house at a time, one city at a time, one country at a time. It might take some time because we've made a mess, but we can slowly make it better. One childlike thought at a time. Have a good day. Food for thought.